You know, snowpack in the Siskiyous and in the Cascades is really very important. It's the lifeblood for agriculture and human survival. When there's lots and lots of snow, everything's okay. But when we don't have a good snowpack or enough snow during the year, agriculture suffers, and so does your lawn.
With that in mind, we have some things to worry about. High winds tonight, high wind warnings tonight, most areas. 6 a.m. to about 9 a.m. the front moves through, rain turns to snow. Snow starts accumulating. Severe weather hitting parts of southern Oregon and northern California with over 3,000 lightning strikes from cloud to ground. Many of the thunderstorms hitting over the complexes of fires as well as in the Medford area. Reports of marble-sized hail around Phoenix and petamarble-sized hail in Medford and north. They come this way, they go this way, but there could be as many as 50 to 100 per hour after midnight between there and about, just before sunrise. Let's focus on this whiskey fire. It is burning in this zone right here, and for the last 3 hours, as I mentioned, light rain has been falling on top of it, occasionally moderate rain. We don't want that heavy rain because any burn scars would certainly flood. That ash and mud would flood down the canyons, and that's not what we want. As expected, this has been the most active day of the thunderstorm days, and it is spinning thunderstorms all the way from Eugene northward into the Portland area. Look at these reds and yellows now approaching Portland, and we have showers and thunderstorms that remain across the western sections of our area, and some of them are producing rain in the fire areas. Now, the Labrador fire is about right here. These are two large thunderstorms, one in northwest Siskiyou County, and another one is just west of 199 in Cave Junction. It's just to the south of the Labrador fire, moving very, very slowly, but putting down some heavy rain. Numerous showers now beginning to intensify Glendale and along the I-5 towards Grants Pass. And here we have fires burning right in this region. We have thunderstorms developing on top of them, and that is not what we need right now. The good news is we're seeing fire dispersion. With the air opening up, the atmosphere lifting out, air quality has improved considerably. We are seeing improvement in Grants Pass, although it is still unhealthy for sensitive groups. We're also seeing that in the Applegate Valley. Everybody else is moderate, which is the best we've seen in a long, long time. Temperatures right now have cooled a little bit due to the rain that fell. We had hail, marble-sized in Phoenix. We also had hail about the size of, about pea-sized right here at the station and also in areas around Medford. It's in the 70s in Klamath Falls, where it is a north wind of 10, keeping things feeling a little bit cooler, but no thunderstorms right now as skies are partly cloudy. 78 with a thunderstorm having passed by Medford. We're now seeing those thunderstorms, as I mentioned, to the north of Grants Pass, to the west of Grants Pass, and they are wrapping around that low pressure, so we'll see where they end up. Could come down close to Grants Pass in the next 2 hours, where the high was 83. Klamath Falls was 76 and Medford was 84 for a high temperature. It's all because of tropical moisture that was wrapped into this low pressure. Some of it came in from north of Hawaii. Some of it came in from the Baja. And this low pressure, very slow moving, has been the collection point of all of this tropical moisture. Now that it's collected, now we have the heating from the sun. We've had those numerous showers and thunderstorms, and as I've mentioned, we've had numerous reports of hail and strong gusty winds and also very heavy rain. We're hopeful that the rain is not causing mudslides on burn scars, but also hopeful that we'll see some relief in the way of fire outage. We got a report from Larry, who's near Glendale, of 3/4 of an inch of rain that fell at his location. That'll all end on Sunday as this storm system pulls to the northeast, mainly over Washington state, heading towards Idaho and southern Canada, improving weather for us on Sunday across the region. So 60s in the morning, no chance for precipitation, but by afternoon we'll have a slight chance for those showers and thunder showers. 60s along the coastline, chance for a shower or a thunder shower there, as well as in the Cascades. And over the Klamath Basin, it is going to be one of those days where you'll have hit or miss showers and storms, nothing as severe or as heavy as today, with 80s in Siskiyou County and 80s across the Rogue Valley. Now, along the coastline, expect those temperatures to stay mostly in the 60s. We may see a little smoke at times as the smoke kind of moves around, but overall, the smoke stays away from the coast. The smoky conditions return, though, in the Klamath Basin. 30% chance tomorrow, and then sunny and hotter. Same thing for the Rogue Valley. 30% chance tomorrow, partly cloudy to mostly sunny, and then mid-90s with the smoke coming back into play.
It sure was nice getting a break, at least for a couple of days. Thank you, Dan.
The cold front is moving through and already bringing precipitation, and it is snowing. This is Lake of the Woods at about the 4,950-foot elevation. Not sticking to the road here, but it is sticking at Chemolt, and it is sticking heavily from Chemolt northward up to Lapine, and we're getting about 2 to 3 inches of snow on the Diamond Lake. So really starting to stick up in the Cascades and starting to snow now on Siskiyou Summit. We can see it on the satellite and the radar, and the bulk of the storm now hitting into Northern California. That's really where the brunt of this storm is going to be. And it's kind of hard sometimes to tell where the real precipitation is, because here's one radar, here's another radar, but they don't see in between. Obviously, this is all connected, but because of the curvature of the earth, often we don't see that. And here's a good example. There is precipitation here, but you can't see it. Here's the heavy precipitation. Northern California, very heavy here in Arcata and Eureka, and that is just plastering the western side of Siskiyou County with heavy, heavy snow in the mountains. It's all heading towards I-5 and heading towards Mount Shasta and also Siskiyou Summit. You can see it is nearly in that area right now, and it's from now through about 10 a.m. It's going to get bad, especially after 10 p.m., after midnight. This is going to be a trouble spot right there. Northern California, the Black Butte Summit, and also McLeod down towards Dunsmuir and up into the Siskiyou Summit area, and of course over the southern Cascades. Here's what the latest radar shows. We're getting light sprinkles in Medford, but that happens because we're in that rain shadow. Notice the precipitation is beginning to expand eastward into the Klamath Basin. You'll see several inches of snow from this storm, but the heaviest snow will be over the mountains. 40 though right now in Klamath Falls, but 32 Chemolt. No wonder it's sticking. 40s on the coast, where we'll see a few thunder showers over the next 24 hours. Bit of wind in Medford, 49 degrees, while it is 40 in Klamath Falls. Gusts have been as high as 44 miles per hour. High temperature 45 in Klamath Falls, 38 the low, and it'll get colder tonight. 49 and raining. About a quarter of an inch of rain around Grants Pass. About 2/3 of an inch now in the Illinois Valley. So it's really starting to come down in areas west of us, and it's moving our way. 53 in Medford, 75 the record high. Here's some high temperatures today. Just pick your favorite spot. 40s though there in Northern California, 43 Cave Junction with the rain, 33 Crater Lake, 47 in Roseburg, a quarter of an inch of rain there now, and 40s and 50s around the Rogue Valley. So overnight, 38 degrees will be the low. Periods of showers in the Medford area, rain Grants Pass, snow Klamath Falls, and very heavy snow Mount Shasta and the higher elevations of Northern California. Periods of rain and showers, possible a thunder shower for the coast. The coast range will see some snow above 2,500 feet and probably several additional inches of accumulation. 4 to 8 inches across the Cascades, but up to 12 inches of snow, Crater Lake and Diamond Lake. Of course, you're going to encounter trouble across the Cascades, and even a 1 to 3 inch coating. The morning commute for you in Klamath Falls, the bus lines, the kids getting out, could be a little bit of trouble in the morning, but a little later in the afternoon it'll turn to showers. Big time snows above 3,500 feet, but between 2,500 and 3,500 feet, 1 to 3 inches. Below 2,500 feet, you say, what storm? Just wind and rain. Same thing for the Rogue Valley. We're saying, okay, it's just a little storm, just a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, but around us it's slamming most of California and the mountains. Coast range, as I mentioned, getting some snow, the coast getting some showers, and then nicer weather for the weekend. Klamath Basin, your snow comes from now through 10 a.m. That's the big snow, and then just showers in the afternoon into Thursday with weekend improving. We'll have some rain showers, and by Thursday morning, could see a 1,400-foot brief snow level, won't stick much, and then partly cloudy going up to 60 Saturday, 64 on Sunday.
Sounds very comfortable. Thanks very much, Dan.
Assuredly, there will be many stormy days ahead. Dan's out in the elements and provides us with a quick Cascade snowpack history lesson and what recent trends may mean for this winter.
Thanks a lot, Megan. You know, snowpack in the Siskiyous and in the Cascades is really very important. It's the lifeblood for agriculture and human survival. When there's lots and lots of snow, everything's okay. But when we don't have a good snowpack or enough snow during the year, agriculture suffers, and so does your lawn.
Looking back over 80 years of information, Cascade snowpack from year to year has shifted significantly in response to changing temperatures of the Pacific Ocean. From the 1930s to 1950, there were many abundant snowpack years, while the 1950 to 1997 time period, when the Pacific Ocean was warmer, snowfall dropped off significantly. Since 1997, the shift has been back to colder, wetter, and snowier conditions. Last year started off very dry, with little snow until after the first of the year. But with a very wet late winter and spring, we hit 107% of normal. Since 1997, 11 out of 16 years have been above normal. That's 69% higher than average. So below normal, normal, or above normal for 2013. This year will not be like last year. In fact,
we've started off this year colder and snowier than last year. So we thought we'd ask Ron Brown to investigate how the water melt from the snowpack is distributed in the Klamath Basin as well as in the Rogue Valley. Ron?
Irrigation pipe is set aside.
if your flower and rose garden's dearest problem is a buck or a doe, we have just the organic solution for you, and it's easy to make. And with a little diligence, you can have a beautiful deer-free backyard. Deer have always been a problem in my yard, so I need a way to discourage them.
Or maybe you can let the deer help you. There's a fellow in Northern Oregon who actually lets the deer help him with his garden.
How's he do it?
All right, so what you do is you take 1/3 of a cup of dishwashing soap, 1/3 of a cup of Tabasco, 1 beef bouillon cube, 3 eggs, and a cup of water. And you mix them all together and put them in a 1-gallon container and finish filling it all the way up till you've got a full gallon, okay? Then once when the spring comes and the roses start to just pop their first leaves, spray once a week and continue once a week to spray. The minute the deer come in and they smell this, they're gone. They're out of there.
They don't like the smell of these particular items.
Yes, they don't like it. Now, I'm not going to say that there's not a deer in the entire world that won't like it, but it generally tends to discourage it, all right? So what this fellow does, he's got over 150 rose bushes, which normally is a deer's favorite food, okay? Once a week he sprays. Come the end of the season, when everything's kind of working its way down, he actually stops spraying. The deer march right in there, they eat back the roses, they cut the canes back short enough that now the snow won't bother them, and he's done for the season, and they've helped him with the pruning. And then spring, he starts all over again.
Roses come up.
That's right.
Start to spray again.
That's exactly right.
So for all of our friends out there, this is a very simple way for you to use an organic mixture that will help discourage deer from eating your flowers, your plants, your roses, or anything else that they like to eat.
That's exactly right.
Okay, for more information, contact your OSU gardener closest to you. We have all of that information on our website at KDRV.com.